Okay, welcome along, guys. Hope you're all doing well. A little bit later than normal. Yeah, completely just slept in this morning. Yeah, so this one will be probably a little bit shorter and sweeter. Um, anyway, there was a lot of people kind of got involved the last day with the morning session. So as I say, like I'm just sort of doing this every morning. I'd imagine there's maybe 3 or 4 sessions left in this, and we should have the thing over the line. Um, One of the big ideas or the big decisions we made the last day, I suppose that's the best way to put it, was to have the ARP going. Kind of through the track whenever the track kicks back in again. So I was kind of thinking about. I had listened. I listened to it, and I think that we need to make more of a feature of that ARP if it's going to come back in after the break. Um, so as it stands at the minute, it's kind of there. I think obviously the mix is all over the shop. I think now that maybe that leads too loud. So if we can get the right balance, um, I think if we make the ARP the actual feature and fully commit to that, we might be able to make something a little bit more special with the actual breakdown. Like I think it's decent the way it is, but I think if we can fully commit to this ARP and make it something, the feature, if you like, it will make it a lot better. So for now, let's just get a listen to the way this ARP works and the transition between the breakdown and the kick in. Yeah, so even the mix there at the minute, the lead's very, very loud and the ARP is a little bit more in the background. So I probably would like to bring that out a little bit more before we kind of commit. So if I can kind of just balance the mix a wee bit better. Okay. Right, and as well as let me just give that ARP a little bit of grit as well. Go into just have a little Neve preamp here. Just to give it a bit of an edge. Right, so my thought process would be something like this, right? So if I actually keep the ARP going, and that little sort of 2-bar transition, and that's going to make it more of a feature, and hopefully that will actually make it gel 2 sections together and make that kind of a feature. So let's see what this is like. So I'll just take that back. Yeah, I think that will work a lot better. Right. Now, I might just give it an extra couple of bars here as well. Right, let me just try this technique here. See, whenever you get to this stage of a track and then you decide to take out a chunk or add a chunk, um, it can be a bit of a nightmare. Now, I've been using Cubase for what year is it now? I would say close to 20 years. 15 to 20, somewhere in around that. So normally what I'd have to do is kind of, grab all this automation and then sort of, move it over 2 bars, which things can go pear-shaped completely for you. If, say, for example, maybe you didn't grab this automation here, right, and you moved it over, you might have to readjust loads of your automation. Now, what you can do, and just make sure this works now, is instead of me actually grabbing everything and dragging it over, you can insert space here basically, so it'll automatically jump everything across those 2 bars for you. Where is it now? Yeah, so you can insert space here on the range. So by my calculations, this should move everything over 2 bars. So yeah, so at the minute the kick in's at bar 1, 2, 3. So by me highlighting here, that's going to tell this to insert silence now in this section that I've selected and move everything over, hopefully. So let me see. I think I usually do this when I'm cutting, don't I? Anyway, let's try it. Aha! Did you see that? Magic. Perfect. So it actually, I just pushed everything over 2 bars for me, which is a really, really handy function on Cubase. So now it's going to give us loads of time to actually make a proper feature of this. So forgot about these wee guys. I'll just move them over like that for now. This little guy as well, he was at the transition, so he should be over as well. That was my bad. So yeah, that was handy enough. Like that's a lot easier than having to actually select everything, select automation, and basically take everything over, which things can go horribly wrong there very, very easily. Yeah, somebody says, I wish this was around years ago whenever I was making tunes. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. We had no YouTube back in the day. um, yeah, it's just it's great to be able to share some ideas too with people, and yeah, look, it might inspire some people. Right, so let's see this transition now. So I've got an extra 2 bars, so now I have like a 4 bar transition, which is going to allow us to actually really make a feature of that little ARP thing. Now we're committed. Now we're committed, and now we're sounding better. I suppose for now, really, it's just to get the actual filter sitting right on this transition. Yeah, just the way that the ARP comes down there, I would like it to sort of happen a little bit sooner. So what I have going on here, that's the decay, that's the filter, that's the wet and dry of the reverb. Um, that already, that's now to me so much better. Um, we lost a little bit of the bite there. I'm just going to literally play around now with the decay and the filter frequency of the actual synth. So you can see these are my two automation lanes for these. So really, I need to find the perfect setting for whenever that sort of kicks back in. So it'll just be a matter of just sort of up and down in each one till we see what sort of sits best. A bit too low there. Want it to be a little bit in your face, you know, obviously not too much, but definitely a bit in your face. Just if you want to see what's actually going on there. I might even pull back the attack on the envelope a little bit just to make it a bit snappier as well. I think we're not too bad there now. Let's get a tiny bit more filter. Okay, that's definitely more of a commitment. I think it definitely helps there. Going with that, right? Next, my thoughts are with the drums. Now, whenever this kicks in, does it need to be that busy? Does it not? so let's just try. I know I tried this the last day as well, but the transition's completely different now. So actually, what could be kind of cool, I know I had this little guy here. Here's a little impact going into the breakdown, so he might actually be kind of cool there as well. Right, so let's do, I'm just going to mute all drums for a second, right? Here we go. Snare on its own's pretty nice. Might be a little bit empty without the I think that is a much better. I think just even like with the snare going there is pretty cool. And then it's given the track a little bit more movement, allowing the hats kind of to come back in there after that as well. Right, let's just see in context how we are. Yeah, Richard did sleep in today. I'm allowed one day. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think allowing the ARP to have a wee bit of movement here as well. Yeah, I think it all works there. Right, that boom is way too loud. So it's that little impact here. Taken from my sample pack, shameless plug again. Right, so instead of this going absolutely crazy here at the end of that sort of 8 bar section, I'll just give it a little push. Yeah, only thing now I'm thinking there is, you know, um, where can you actually get the sample pack? Richard said there. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description there. If you're looking for it, no problem. As they say, shameless self a plug there. But yeah, no, I did put a lot of work into that pack. But even the like of that that impact that I used there, you know, they're just handy to use for little transitions. It doesn't take long to make them, even if you want to make them yourself. You know, it's definitely good practice. It's literally just sort of using a filter and a little bit of reverb, maybe a little bit of delay on your actual kick drum from the track or whatever. But yeah, back to this one. Like, I feel that could it be longer, this section? You know, are we rushing kind of the main part now? No, I think that's okay. You know, and you know, I know we did a bit of work last in that lead sound. That section now is actually giving that lead sound a little bit of a chance to shine before. You know, the way we sort of adjusted the mix, it's sort of accompanying the ARP. And there's a couple of sections in this section here. I'll just highlight it here for you. So yeah, just in around here, that if you're listening, you can kind of hear the 303 kind of coming in and then kind of going out, which is the filter automation, which to me adds that little bit of what do you call it, ear candy, and even just subtlenesses in the mix, subtleties in the mix. You know, because we have the ARP sort of filter opening, so there's a lot of kind of stuff kind of coming in, coming out, and there's a lot of movement, which I think makes it a lot more interesting to the ear as well. So just another wee blast of that then. just keep that groove going now there, actually. Yeah, just those last two notes in that lead. I think it just sort of needs to finish in those two notes. Yeah, I think overall we've kind of, not to say the track's complete, but it's definitely got the right things happening in the right places. Right. So obviously, because I started a little bit later, I'm not going to be doing as long today. Obviously, as the disclaimer, my young fella could bust through that door any second and just literally jump on top of me and all the equipment here. It's a regular occurrence. So yeah, I don't want to subject all you guys to that. So what I'm going to do then, I'm just going to sort of flick through the track. And again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to export this over the weekend. I'll make some notes on what needs to be done. The next day, I would imagine I'm going to be sort of tweaking sounds and tweaking arrangement. So it'll be like a tweaking session, if you like. So if we get that sort of done within the hour, it would be great. That would leave the track, so what I'm always kind of mixing the track anyway, as I'm kind of going, but just to kind of get that final mix, final bits of EQ, final bits of compression, getting the sound sort of gelling all together as best we can. So that's going to be my next stage. And as well as that, as I say, I'm going to bounce it out today, get a listen, because I do feel now that it is what it's supposed to be. It's just that breakdown just wasn't sitting completely right with me. So now I'm a lot happier with it. Yeah, as well as that too, before I bounce anything out and flick through, yeah, I'm just wondering, I think this 303 could be in from the start. Take these guys here. I'm just going to take them right back to the start here first anyway. Okay, that's taking the automation and everything back. I just want to see what this is like. So, as I say, what I'm going to do is just going to go through the quick run through the track and then see where we're at and what needs to be done on the next session. So I'm going to just sort of tweak this 303 as I'm going. I think that's all pretty solid. Transition could be better there. Just as a disclaimer to Richard there, I thought it sounded good in the car. So I have actually done the car test since then, but it was more that breakdown that sort of gave me the idea to make more of a feature of that, and the mix wasn't exactly right between that lead sound that we put in the last day was a lot more overpowering in the breakdown. So it was kind of like the main feature, where as I just wanted it maybe a bit more supporting, if you like, of the main arp. Okay, so yeah, I think that first kicked in pretty well. Okay, I'll give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. There's still work to be done on it, just tweaking more so than anything, I think. But the general idea is spot on, and we'll get that over the line, no problem. So again, each sort of kick in here now in this track is having a different feel. We've first got our rolling kind of bass line, if you like, here at this point. The next point then we've kind of got that kind of bass groove that we have. That as well, I think I'm wondering, could we have like some sort of little top zing on what we have there already. This bump 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 bump, that one. And as well as that, right, I'm just, no, I'm in trouble, but I just said I'm just going to sort of flick through here. So, right, those two sections I think are solid enough. The transition to the very first at 33 bars isn't great, just a small tweaks in that. Now, what I kind of like with the idea of continuing the arp after the breakdown as well, if you can see where I've muted the pluck here, so that's at each sort of kick in. I can just sort of delete it there because we weren't actually using it there, just to make it a bit clearer for you guys. What I do like about this, we've kind of teased it in at the start, then not dropped with it, teased it in here and came in with something else. We're teasing it in here and then we're fully committing, you know, on the breakdown. So we're finally, it's kind of like we've teased it in throughout the whole track, and then we've finally committed to it, if you like. So that's kind of why I like that idea now of actually keeping that arp in there and making a feature, because I think it is, it's a good solid idea. So coming up to the breakdown now. Right, I'm just thinking, should we have brought that arp in earlier? And I think maybe is that a little bit bright at the start there? That actual lead. Here we go. Thinking it wasn't really getting any brighter and there wasn't much delay on it, so yeah, I did the wrong thing there completely. Right, very good. Right, where my head's at there now, I think. What do I think? What do I think? Yeah, I was thinking in the breakdown maybe now that the ARP isn't as powerful, maybe the mix isn't right, and the automation isn't just completely 100%. So I'll just do a couple of wee tweaks in that. Right, I think that's definitely improves the overall track there. And it was just slightly making the lead less bright and bringing out the ARP a little bit more, a little bit sooner, if you like. So I think all that has really helped it. Kind of making it a tune. So we're definitely going into the final stages here now. So yeah, as I say, there'll probably be a couple more car tests. I would say we'll probably do this in a couple, two to three more sessions. Probably we'll actually have it all done and dusted. So yeah, sorry on the late start. I will be back again on Tuesday. Usually what I'll do now, as I say, I'll listen in the car. I'll probably make some notes just as I'm going. Just because sometimes whenever you come back in, you just start tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. But if you have like 3 or 4 main points to actually sort of tweak and get them sorted, it gives you a little bit more direction whenever you come back in again. So yeah, I suppose today was the big one for me, was to get that transition sort of nailed and fully commit to that actual ARP. And yeah, that's basically that. So yeah, look, I hope you all enjoyed it this morning. I did. So yeah, I hope you all have a very good weekend. And yeah, I'll see you all again next Tuesday.